More than 50 years ago, young Americans fought to have a seat at the table of democracy by having the voting age lowered to 18. They won that fight. And they haven't stopped fighting since, leading efforts for peace, social change, racial justice, and 1,000 other issues that affect all our lives. They fought in the streets, but also at the ballot box. And in 2020, young people under age 30 had their highest voter turnout rate since the passage of the 26th Amendment. Half of youth cast a ballot. But 50% should be the floor, not the ceiling. Young people still vote at lower rates than older adults. And the voter turnout of young people of color, youth who didn't go to college, and rural youth is even lower. That's not their failure. It's ours. And as long as that's the case, we're not fulfilling the promise of an equitable and representative American democracy. We need to think differently about how we prepare all young people to participate in elections. Circle's 2 decades of research on youth political engagement points the way. We need to start growing voters. The Circle Growing Voters framework is a paradigm shift from traditional voter mobilization to an inclusive and developmental model for partnering with young people to make sure they're ready to participate in democracy. So what does it mean for communities to grow voters?
Youth civic engagement means looking beyond the college campuses and easy-to-reach likely voters. It means that we're creating new pathways for political engagement for youth who are often being left behind.
It means not just asking young people to register with your party or vote for your candidate. It means asking them, what do they want? What do they need? What issues do they care about?
So also for the young people who are already engaged, how are we developing and building them into leaders and empowering them into feeling like that they know what they need to do to make the change in their communities?
It means centering equity and focusing on historically marginalized communities until every single voting disparity is a thing of the past.
And it means doing all of this, not just the few months before our national election, but all year, every year, in every state and county across the nation. How do we do it? Well, it's going to take all of us organizers, policymakers, educators, journalists, election administrators, donors, activists, artists, entrepreneurs, parents, and of course, young people themselves. No matter who you are or where you work, there's a role for you in the work of Circle Growing Voters. Throughout our reports, you'll find recommendations for how to grow voters in your institutions and communities. From big ideas to transform your work, to specific programs and initiatives you can create or support. These calls to action are based on the latest research about how to promote greater and more equitable youth participation. Young people aren't just the future of democracy. They're a vibrant part of its present. We're excited to share this framework with you so you can take action and join us in this work to grow a new generation of voters right now and in the years to come. Let's go.